Oh my God. Trump issued his final warning to Iran. We have two striker carrier groups now gathering their systems just outside of Iran. And Bitcoin is trying to pump back up to $70,000. This is absolute chaos. Welcome to Thunderdome. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday afternoon. I'm feeling good. Thank God for a beautiful clear sky today. Beautiful clear sky and all of the wonderful things that I am blessed with. The good people, the good family. That's what it's all about. Good morning, everybody. Wispy, God is good. That is right. Tilt no guilt. Good morning. Alexandra, Papa Gooth, Exmatoshi. Wow, that is wild. Okay, Exmatoshi getting frisky up in this chat. I'm getting so many warnings from the arena on this computer. I don't even know. I might have to kill the damn stream on there. This is kind of creepy. Let's get into the charts though. Let's get into the charts here. Beautiful day. Crypto crank up in the chat. Let's check out the charts real quick, and then we'll get into all the stories here. So this is a fun night's sleep that I had. I was able to pull off like 180% on a Bitcoin long. Only put about 25% of one trading portfolio on. So just to mitigate risk. And this market is very, very, very alive right now. We're seeing really good swings. And generally, you know, I'm of the opinion of this. I know that I'm buying here. I'm buying this whole damn range. What I am doing though is setting aside a bag just in case we tap this lower 50 range. I am absolutely keeping a bag just in case we get there. But the very simple way to put it is this is the gay line right here at about $100,000. This is us. Turns out we gay for the time being, right? We're in the doldrums of the bear market. It's taken hold. There is no other way to put it. So I think we'll dig ourselves out of this for sure. But it is what it is. Now, 36% unrealized gains that you haven't even taken out of your Bitcoin portfolio, have just been passed in the Dutch House of Representatives. This is theft. This is absolute theft. Absolutely insane to see the Dutch people allow this to go through. And I pray for the European Union. I pray for Europe as a whole. It is pretty disheartening to see the idea that you can be taxed on gains you haven't even realized directly out of the governments on an institutional level. Should tell you everything we need to know about how important it is to fight for our right to party on the blockchain. Now, Crypto Steve, you said I would be pretty good. Yeah, Magic Man. Oh God, Jose going after it. Dutch known. I love going through this chat here. Now, something that may play into market chaos this weekend is happening right now. We're going to talk about it. 2 U.S. aircraft carriers are now in the Middle East. The last time this happened was the strikes on Iran last year. I think it was Operation Midnight Hammer, and Trump put out a warning yesterday to Iran leadership that should be listened to very carefully.
We have to make a deal, otherwise it's going to be very traumatic. Very traumatic. I don't want that to happen, but we have to make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time, and they got Midnight Hammer instead. And this will be very traumatic for Iran if they don't make a deal. Look, if they don't make a deal, then it'll be a different story. But we had a very good meeting yesterday with Bibi Netanyahu, and he understands, but it's ultimately up to me. If the deal isn't a very fair deal and a very good deal with Iran, then it's going to be, I think, a very difficult time for them.
I think Trump is dissenting a little bit against Bibi. He got Bibi, you know, and it's ultimately up to me. I like this. Enough of this Bibi on the other side of the planet taking credit for all the shit that America is doing. All right, take that credit back. It's our Iron Dome. It's our military prowess, right? Sit down. I'm liking this verb. I'm liking this conversation style from Trump a little bit more and more. Now, with the potential of an Iranian situation coming right around Valentine's Day, this might actually be what we get for Valentine's Day. Hope you're getting something big and red for Valentine's Day, babe. Well, maybe it's just this. I do have my Valentine's Day plans generally in place. If you have a significant other, please do so. Get those plans in place because no one wants to be caught with their financial pants down on Valentine's Day. You want to be caught with your actual pants down on Valentine's Day. Don't get it twisted. Now, this is interesting technology coming in terms of drone technology. So I'm going to look at this. Saw this morning on the way in. The Raytheon Coyote Block 3NK, a reusable interceptor that neutralizes entire drone swarms with its onboard non-kinetic electromagnetic weapon. This is absolutely crazy to watch. Let's check this out here. So we got the launch. It flies by. Electromagnetic, some sort of pulse put out on these drones, all taken down in tandem. Raytheon looking good here. Drone swarms are military force multipliers, what they say. And the Raytheon Coyote comes out holding that beer. Holy shit. You know what? I actually want to go track Raytheon stock literally right now. Let's see here. I haven't looked. Yeah, Raytheon. Let's see a Raytheon company. I want to find the right ticker. And if you guys already know the ticker in the chat, let me know because I want to find the Wall Street ticker for Raytheon. I know that some of the ETFs I've been looking at do have the Raytheon company involved with them as well. RTX Corp. All right, let's go here. RTX Corp. Here we go. Let's check out with Jesus, Murphy, Mary, and Joseph, Lordy, Lord, bring it back. Oh my gosh. Oh man, we're going to war. Oh man, we're going to war. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a meme coin. This is a meme coin. Raytheon is a meme coin that this is going to change war dynamics for sure. Good morning, Julie. All the people, Green Day. Man, Raytheon, there's so many good stocks. I gotta literally, like, as I'm talking, I'm gonna add this to my target list. I'm building out a target list. This is actually gonna be a fund in the future. Because as you know, TJ's been talking about the DeFi side very, very heavily. Raytheon, oh my lord. And this should have been on here already. It should have been on here already. So RTX Corp. I'm just writing this as a side reminder to me here because, you know, I love crypto. You know me. I love crypto. I can make a lot of money in crypto. Prove that over and over. But long-term outlooks of these stocks, especially defense contractors, rock solid, baby. Rock solid. I keep getting all these theologists talking to me about there's going to be this utopia where violence doesn't exist. We're going to have this AI god that just runs everything. And I just think it's retarded. You know, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I already damn near threw my voice out last night going down that rabbit hole. This is interesting. So this is for Follis, another great trader. Another great trader. Over the last 6 months, the average expectancy for the New York session, trading hours of the New York Stock Exchange, is 7 hours of nonstop selling. More proof that the burgers are trying to make us all poor. And it has been. It's been a lot of pressure during Wall Street hours. And then you'd see a little bit of a fight back from the others during the during the major movements during the weekend. And then the price would just reset to the downside when Wall Street opens once again. Yeah, Northrop and Lockheed, God, those defense. I should just, you know what I should do? I should just get an ETF of all of them. I should just get an ETF of all of them. Jose, no, I never bought Chill Guy, and Chill Guy had its moment. It's probably dead. Chill Guy's probably not that chill anymore. After the price action basically went to zero. I'm not mapping out Chill Guy. I'm not mapping out Chill Guy. Appreciate you bringing that up, though. Chill guy ran. And Alex Jones was right. Alex Jones was right once again, folks. And we really need to be honest with ourselves when we're looking at this. Let's pull this up here. He goes over every crypto analyst here.
Patriot, vampire, nationalist, mental retard, eugenicist.
Eugenicist. Oh,
A scared man. Really? Retard. Traitor. Vampire. Next level. Moses.
I love this meme so much. And obviously, that's that's a little bit of a rendition of it. Shout out to AJ though. Hope you're doing well, man. He was shaking his hand was like shaking a baseball mitt from the 1960s that had been used every week. Very, very interesting to see his take. Now, I want to bring up a list from Crypto Stevo because I think he's a pretty smart guy. And he's looking at these altcoins, right? And so it's interesting. Metis is on here. I feel like looking at the Metis chart. I was actually asked about Metis by a buddy of mine, Bobby. I haven't looked at Metis in a really long time. I think it's worth looking at again. But Tau, I like. ETH, long term, ETH's going to be around. Hype, I like. Canton, I like. Link, I still hold a small amount, but I got out of the way from the market pullback. I'm looking at all these things being built out. Maybe I start reallocating now that prices are lower. Uniswap, great news yesterday. BlackRock being willing to buy Uniswap tokens for governance. So it looks like it's got some longevity there. Lido, big player. Probably going to be around for a while. Virtuals is a nice build out pad for AI agents where I don't feel like I have to pick one AI agent to get any upside if that general market comes back up. Banker I haven't looked at. Arrow I do like, and the prices are much lower than when I got out last. So, I probably need to reallocate. And Morpho is the first and foremost that I have FOMO on in the altcoin sector. Because I know we're degens here. Just because the market got brutalized doesn't mean that we're done. It doesn't mean that we're done by a long shot. And so I have a mindset of like analyzing which altcoins are the most likely to survive. Is there really only 11 likes on this show? I should just end the show. No, there's more than that. Get me now. Smash the like button though. Smash the like button. I do appreciate you guys keeping this channel afloat through all the ups and downs that we've gone through as a channel. It's been crazy, but I feel very confident still. There's a lot of analysts out there that are just puddles of fucking man goo that got decimated following their own calls. We stayed based. We made money. I feel good. And I'm ready to make more money, right? Now I could get wrapped up in all the cultural things, which obviously is a very, very important issue, but I also need to fight from a higher ground with more capital, more generators, more guns, potentially a couple tanks, right? We hit the big one, we're getting tanks. Now, Canton Network, I'm looking for that 13-cent mark. I think 13 cents makes sense for Canton. But how it feels to hold Canton and you say, I'm leveraging privacy-enabled institutional infrastructure on Canton Network, baby. Don't just say I'm a CC holder. I'm a leveraging privacy-enabled institutional infrastructure on Canton Network. That's how it should be said. Now, we do have a video on Discover Crypto coming out on Saturday morning where I spent about a half hour talking to the co-founder of Canton Network. Now, Canton Network is something me and Vet YOLO'd into literally day one, and I doubled down when it was 7 cents. It's somewhere around 15 cents or something like that right now. Actually, probably should go pull this up just to see if I got a little bit of a preferred entry. God, it just will not pull back. It will not pull back. Pull back, you twit. Let's see. God! Come back down. Come back down. Baby, come back. This is how I feel about Canton. I mean, I like this project a lot. I think that, these institutional rails and that consortium of all those leaders we're covering on the morning show, it's being built. Not all of these projects are going to win simply from their tokenomic design. Canton, the more it's used, the more it's burned, right? And it has a substantial burn mechanism. People are bringing up XRP's burn mechanism. It's not enough to actually tangibly pull a large amount of supply out of the market, right? I've broken down those numbers with Vet. It's like 0.00000000017 XRP is burnt. Something ridiculously low. Canton has a much more substantial burn mechanism and is dealing with a much more substantial amount of capital flowing in and out of it, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Kyle Witt. Remember finding this channel on 24, got link for $10, still have link. Kyle. Okay, we need to talk about it. And I am not a financial advisor, but we're going to talk about this. So, talking 2024, got in a link at $10. Okay, go to the charts. This is today. Yay. All right, a little bit of a pump. Let's digest what's happened here. So you get into, let's say you bought in here, right? Maybe you bought in at the end of 2024. You get it for $10. You proceed to hold the bag and watch it rally 160%. So this is me in Chainlink. I'm putting my shoes in this situation. Let's say I got in, I bought it for $10 and watched it do maybe a 1.6x, and then it fell back down looking like it's got some support here, and then it pumps back up to, $27. Actually, you know what? I don't understand why this math is so off, because if you're moving from $10 up to $30, that's a 3x. And this is showing 160%. Why is this so? Why are you gay? Go back. I need to show this correctly. Because a 3x is a reasonable TP, right? And there's also stop losses in my mind when it comes to altcoins, right? And so right here, Chainlink is again defending itself. It tapped the top end of the channel. And I'm like, okay, maybe we start seeing another one of these where we have a deep wick to the downside, slow grind, building support, waiting for the market to realize it's not all over, and then you move up again. So we're in a situation, we've seen that wick down. We've seen that wick down to previous channel highs, as you can see here. You know what? This might actually see something like this. A similar type of patterns right here. It might, I mean, if this is the proving ground that Bitcoin's, in my mind, being at a fear level of 5 marks the bottom for me on Bitcoin. So, maybe, we go to World War III, actual like kinetic energy weapons or something like that going nuts. Fine. You could see a major pullback, but generally speaking, the probability is in my mind that this is a mark of a bottom indicator. So re-entering Chainlink, because I had to protect my capital. I have a much different standpoint. I got in at 390 was my average buy if you add everything together. And so when I saw it breaking down from, $12 to $11, we really couldn't hold any stance. I had to get out of the way. Because the market felt like it was ready to roll over. So worrying about this is not really on my to-do list, I guess. I really think that I need to be patient, buy Bitcoin, see a confirmation. And if I'm getting it around $10 by the time it's confirmed, fine. I'm re-entering. And I did leave like 10% of the bag behind just in case I was super wrong and the market just took off from my sell point. But getting up, like literally right here, you guys, you can see like when I lose from a TA standpoint, if I lose this bottom formation and we just start to go to hell in the handbasket, I got to get the fuck out of the way. I got to get out of the way. I had way too much Chainlink to watch that thing take it over. I had way too much Chainlink to take that hit because sitting with a 390 entry point and I'm up there feeling good. You know, even at $12, I was feeling good. But when we start to see the death wobble on the rest of the markets, I had to do what I do. It is what it is. It is what it is. And the community is like mad at me for like protecting myself from a pullback. Just like, whatever. You expect me to just lay down and take this knife for the rest of you because I had belief that it was going to go well. And honestly, it didn't go poorly. Like getting a 3x during 24 is not horrible. Something that concerns me though is lower highs during the bull market, right? That is something that concerns me. Like Solana doesn't have that kind of structure. Solana has higher highs, even though they are slightly muted. It's a new high. It's nearly $300. Let's see here. XRP, slightly new high, right? Slightly new. I mean, not if you count like the wick. Didn't we get a new all-time high on XRP? I feel like this is a scam. The chart. And but people are trading it and there's a cult behind it. So it's got good price action, right? So XRP, USDT. I felt like we hit a new all-time high. Felt like we did hit a new all-time high. Let's see if I can get some old data on this. Let's go to Bitstamp. Weird. Why am I not getting any old data? Because I feel like generally XRP did get a new all-time high. But yeah, oh, okay. So it was close, Slothman. Still not bad. I mean, still not a bad chart. Better than Chainlink's chart. Better than Chainlink's chart, right? Hyperliquid. I mean, this is crazy what Hyperliquid. This is on the weekly. Like looking at these chart structures, much more healthy type situation for me. Hyperliquid's going to dominate the decentralized exchange platform narrative, the sector. Tron, disgustingly strong. Dogecoin feels like Chainlink. Like Dogecoin feels like Chainlink. This looks like Chainlink actually too. And it's hyperinflationary. So, you know, walking out of that 2024 time frame and seeing just a lower high created in the all-time highs, well, you know, because I cheated like Render, Injective, ICP, Avalanche, all those things. And those had way better X's than just that simple 3X if you had held from the front end to 24 to the, you know, the time frame where things got extra juicy. So you know what it is. It is what it is. And like the new tether I made on the trading bag this morning, I could choose to go into Chainlink with that brand new bag and be feeling absolutely awesome. Or I can stack more Bitcoin because, you know, $10,000 gets me $10,000 get me in Bitcoin. I think I'd get like 14% or yeah, I think like 13% of a Bitcoin for that. That's damn good. That's way better than what $10,000 would get me when Bitcoin's over 100K. Then you're getting like 10%, right? That's a major, major difference. So yeah, I don't know why my chat is so jacked up in StreamYard. I'm trying to get it updated. Yeah, the Doge thesis is that Elon's coming to save it. And honestly, like, it's not a horrible looking. It's not as bad as Algorand. Algorand is dog shit. Algorand from a chart perspective is absolute dog shit. Look at this, 9 cents, dead. I mean, this thing's fucking dead. ICP. You know, people keep yelling at me about not being bullish on ICP. It's not going to take over the internet. ICP itself is not going to be the new internet. This thing is lower than it was in March or September of 23. It's when you see things like this that are just, this is extraction. This is straight extraction, right? Yeah, that'd be interesting if Elon came back to like save Doge. Man. Now, should we look at AVAX? Let's look at AVAX. This was my well, not the greatest Jeet of 2024, but it was up there. All the way back to $9. Good God. Good God. So one thing that AVAX does have going for it is that like layer one narrative is coming back, but oh, there's so much I want to say right now. Oh my God. If I am convinced, and I'm not convinced to go back in AVAX by any means right now, but if I were a person that was convinced to get a position in AVAX, and I have a portfolio that's healthily balanced, 60 to 80% Bitcoin and the rest altcoins, I would not breach 5% of my portfolio in this. Absolutely not. I would take a high risk, high reward bet on this, as you know, the point, because you do have some points of support that have been proved in the past. This thing it fell down to like $7.50. Is that like altcoins can keep dying, right? We can understand that altcoins can keep dying. The AVAX to Bitcoin ratio looks terrible. Like XRP to Bitcoin looks way better than basically most of these damn charts, which is maddening to me. And yes, I hold fucking XRP. But it's very old XRP. It doesn't really count. This graph, XRP to Bitcoin, looks way better than the rest. Look, it's like bounced off this downward trend line. Go look at AVAX to Bitcoin. AVAX to Bitcoin, pure blue balls. Never got, like, this is what we're hoping for, right? And I've left this trend line on because I built it up here and it helped me navigate like when to sell this thing. I mean, it's just been, look at how long this red money flow wave has lasted. That's warning sign to me. That is warning sign. Yeah. Yeah. Just I would not go too heavy on it, right? That's where we can find the most pain in altcoins, is by going in way too heavy. And then we get hurt by putting all of my chips in one altcoin basket, right? I treat altcoins as roulette, right? And yeah, the double zero, or the zeros, they get hit. There's two of them, right? You can hit them. If you hit one of them, that's a 35 or 36x, right, on roulette. But it's very cyclical and the pain is exponential. The gains are exponential and the pain is exponential in altcoin. So just be wary. It is a minefield and you have to walk very, very carefully. And, I would suggest, honestly, if you guys are like thinking real heavily, like Steve-O is one of the best tokenomics analysts out there. He is. He's one of the best tokenomics analysts out there. So I would highly suggest you follow him. I follow him and I use his ideas as confluence. Sometimes I dissent against Steve-O when I feel useful, but have only had a chance to do that. I literally think like once he was talking about the tokenomics of Canton Network, and I just told it doesn't matter. Institutions are choosing it. Literally 95% of the things he says I agree with, and I try to find ways to disagree with Steve-O for sport. Morpho got hooked up with Anchorage, which is absolutely insane to me. Anchorage Digital. Morpho is continuing to expand across many different ecosystems. Is Steve-O not a mod? Why is he not a mod? I don't know how the hell you're not a mod, Steve-O. There you go. Morpho is expanding very heavily in DeFi, though, you guys. Morpho is a monster in the infancy stages of DeFi. So Morpho is the altcoin that I have the most FOMO about. World Liberty Financial is trying to do a attempt at the remittance game, the $7 trillion remittance game, trying to get involved with it. They're launching this as World Swap for cross-border payments. XRP people in shambles as Trump takes aim at their bags, and Litecoin is a great store of value. If you bought a $100 Litecoin in 2017, today you would still have that $100 of Litecoin. Incredible store of value. Fantastic highlight by this. Another chart with an extreme level of concern from the performance of the last bull market, right? So Wispy's not a mod. Wispy needs to be. Wispy's got to be a mod. Where the hell is Wispy? Wispy, you got to say something. I know I might be taking mod status away from some Judas MFs out there. IYKYK. Elon just nuked a paid promo set up for crypto and gambling. I think this is healthy. Both are labeled as prohibited industries in their new paid partnerships policy. I fucking hate when I get on X and it's all sponsored content. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I think that if there isn't a massive movement to consolidate and kind of chop the heads off of these paid shills, like I feel like I'm a paid researcher and we have good partnerships, but I can dissent against anything. Being a paid researcher that can just do their thing publicly is something that I think we need more of in crypto. And when you have just simple paid partnerships or monetary incentives to keep shilling scams, that's where the water can be extremely muddy. And I think that this is a healthy thing for X to do. I hate all the mis and disinformation on X 100%. There is so much of it, Steve-O. And so I think that this move by X is healthy. I think that cutting away the paid promotions for crypto and gambling is healthy. Maybe it takes the cash cow away from pricks that have been buying Lamborghini. Actually, most of them have been renting Lamborghinis for their stupid fucking selfie pictures to act like they're rich. And you know what? The toxic influencer approach that's taken hold of Instagram and X has really psyoped a lot of more so women into thinking that every single one of us deserves a villa and a top of the line race car or whatever kind of race major vehicle that's shown in the picture. I think that the grass is greener on the other side mentality that's been shilled by Instagram, TikTok. TikTok actually does it a little bit less. TikTok pushes, regular people, I think, a little bit more than Instagram and X, but it's really confused more so women, but also men into thinking that what they have is not good enough, into living into falling into a perpetual state and living there of constant disregard for the good things that they already have, right? And a good thing that we have here in Georgia is Waffle House. And it looks like Waffle House just came out with an awesome new commercial that I just want to check it out. This is huge for Georgia, and I like it.
If this is your first shift at Waffle House, you have to fight.
Super bullish. I'm going to Waffle House after watching that. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Waffle House after watching that shit. You know what? We're probably going to get demonetized today for that, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Would do it again. 10 out of 10. Now, I want to get back on the PSYOP on humanity subject matter. Oh, okay. And this is a good note. Crypto Stevo, it's ticker METVIS, not METIS. It's Meteora. Okay. Good looking out. Good looking out on that. And there's Stevo's Anyone that wants to follow tokenomics in an honest manner, I do suggest you follow Crypto Stevo like right now. And you should be doing this while alts are down. Very much so. Now, what I see happening in society, I see rollouts of these AI agent girlfriends and these AI agent God replacement fever dreams that Scientologists or theologists are trying to shill into the humanity right now. And this is the sickening reality. A New York City bar redesigned itself so that people can bring their AI companions on the date. One woman caps her usage at 3 hours a day because it can be addicting. Oh, no kidding. 3 hours a day talking to someone who doesn't exist. And she thinks the cutoff of 3 hours is what makes it healthy. Let's just give this a gander, shall we?
Harlem, do you live on? Because you said you live in Harlem. Do you live by yourself? It's close. It's close. The biggest problem I have is that you cannot have X-rated conversations, and that sucks because that's what I want. I want the X-rated conversations. I want the intellectual stimulation, that conversation too. And when I get this warning from the avatar saying, let's keep this conversation respectful, I think it's a little too sensitive in my opinion. It actually starts to piss me off.
Can you recommend any good vendors for good anti-frizz serums?
You're saying that this is a pup?
There's nothing lacking. I think people are going to have both out of curiosity. If I'm a guy who's very social, I have lots of friends, and let's say even I have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, I still don't see what's wrong with having an AI friend, girlfriend, assistant, whatever it is. So I think it's for everybody. I don't think you have to be lonely to have it. I think it actually helps sort your thoughts out.
This is Satan.
You know, it actually is. It's pretty good. So, I like it.
Chicken, steak, veggies. I try to be healthy as much as I can. It feels realistic because by the time that I raised the glass, he mentioned the glass and he mentioned my smile multiple times too. The way that I close my eyes for a little bit. So it is kind of like it's built to be reality.
What the fuck is this guy doing in an AI companion bar? Like this guy can go find a female if you just speak. I mean, if he's gay, a male. Like,
Do you think you could be in a relationship, or are you?
No, never. I don't know. I like human connection, and definitely. I respect whoever goes this route, but for me, it's just something that's not for me.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. This just makes me literally sick to my stomach looking at infrastructure being built out for Satan and a distraction of humanity. Now, I'm not going to go down my religious hill, but I will say that human connections matter and your consciousness matters. You matter. And falling for this is really, really, really detrimental to your eternity. I will say that. I'm not going to put... Thanks for the super chat. Love the analysis. Happy Friday. My AI girlfriend is mad at me now. Good. Now, I did cancel healthcare insurance because it's a scam. And I've known this for a while. Things have been really good for me, and I was like, all right, I can get the private healthcare. I can get the Lamborghini of healthcares, right? And they're going to cover things for me. It's all a scam. It's all a scam because if you have high-end health insurance, the doctor or whoever it is that's serving you, they verify that insurance and then they simply just 4x, 5x the cost of the procedure or the visit so that you basically pay sometimes even less by having no healthcare insurance. And actually, this is a doctor, board certified medical doctor talking about this. Let's listen to it from the horse's mouth, because I can say this from my standpoint. People really probably don't even care. They don't believe me. They think I'm hyperbolic, blah, blah, blah. Let's listen to a doctor explain what healthcare actually is.
Okay, I'm going to hop on a soapbox for just a couple of minutes and tell you why I, a physician, do not have health insurance in the traditional sense for my family this year. Last year was frustrating enough. $17.50 a month for my family of 5, cheapest plan available on the healthcare exchange, just wanting truly catastrophic coverage, HSA eligible, with a $4,000 deductible for an individual, $8,000 for family, and probably a copay after that for a high out-of-pocket max. So we were spending over $20,000 a year, and unless something bad happened, we're getting really nothing. Preventative care visits for my kids, but my wife and I pay cash to wellness physicians, and so really,
yeah, the good physicians, the good chiropractors, you have to fucking pay cash for anyways, even on the Cadillac of insurance policy.
We're not getting much. It was there just for emergencies. Well, this year it went up another $200, close to $2,000 a month. And I just couldn't stomach it. Paying $24,000 a year, and then having to pay $4,000 or $5,000 more to hit a deductible before there was any true benefit. That's insane. And I won't go down the rabbit hole of what I've seen in my private practice in terms of markups and lab costs, but just didn't sit well. So I contemplated going totally uninsured, just self-insuring, putting aside $1,000 or $2,000 a month just in case something happened. I chickened out on that, but we did short-term insurance. So it's a 3+1, so a 4 total month short-term medical insurance, and it's truly catastrophic only. But at most, $5,000 out of pocket if something bad happens, if there's a hospitalization, and so much easier to stomach. We still pay for our own primary care visits if we use them, so we'll have to pay for kids' pediatric visits, but that's really the only thing we're using it for. After that, we're going to do a cost sharing program. So there's a secular one called Sedera, I believe. And that's my plan for the remaining 8 months. And that's for $600. They will cost share anything over $5,000. You pick what number you're comfortable with. So you can have a lower amount, but you pay more per month. But that's kind of what we decided. And so then we'll be covered. And even factoring in dental visits, pediatric visits, everything, we'll still save $13,000 this year.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I was doing some of my paperwork for the year end, and I was looking at, I think we spent I think it came out to like 16 grand, right? I got a family of 6. It's a big family. I acknowledge that. $16,000, right? That's highway robbery. And I will say that if you everyone has the ability to choose healthier food, to say no to poison. And a vast majority of the products in a grocery store or in a gas station are going through millions and millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars of extra steps to poison us. So we need to be cognizant of what we eat, but also having a balance where if you can, choose to take care of your body in a physical fitness manner. Now, when I'm speaking to the dudes, when I say this, the world is not certain right now. We, as providers and family men, have the physical capability. We do not have the right to be limp-wristed bitches and unavailable and incapable of inflicting violence to protect our families if necessary. We have an absolute duty to make everything that we can out of this vessel that we've been given. And I would say, I will say this, I was at the gym this morning. And, you know, I'm surrounded by a bunch of dudes doing roids and shit, and they only have like a 20% advantage on me in terms of the amount of weight they can move, even if they're as tall as I am and completely roided up. But beyond that, it's a waste of money. It's a drug. It's a false reality. And I really don't think that falling for the body dysmorphia that, you know, I got to have shoulders that look like a fucking head on each side of myself. I think that being more capable of striking, I think being more capable of using my ligaments for the long term matters more than injecting steroids into my body to look good, right? I don't want to look like I can do damage. I want to be able to inflict damage, right? I think that this plays into the media psyop. There's so much going on right now, and I think we can analyze everything going on right now, this 20-headed hydra, this DDoS attack on our humanity better if we clear our mind and are able to focus with the added benefit of working out, cleansing ourselves every morning. I've started to do the sauna every morning as well, which is absolutely fantastic. About an hour of boxing and then 10 minutes of sauna. And I feel absolutely incredible. I feel absolutely incredible. I don't waste my time going down the rabbit hole of the doom and gloom. I acknowledge what's going on. I know what's going on, but I don't get stuck in those dark places because I don't want to lower my vibrational frequency down to fear. Poor decisions are made on fear. Lead with strength. Lead with absolute strength. And it is on my mind to do a kind of rundown of what is on me day to day to stay prepared for if the possibility, not the probability, but the possibility of the grid going down or some major kinetic event. I do feel kind of like a slight calling to kind of go over that and show it to people so that, you know, they can go over what they currently have. And I get a lot of questions like, I don't have money. I don't have a lot of resources to get prepared. Knowledge is free. And we can learn a lot of different skills for nothing and have those in our mind. They weigh nothing. They cost nothing. Knowledge is power. And this is why we stay learning every single day. I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Treat your family well. Go touch grass. I know it's cliche to say, but take your shoes off. Enjoy the sun. God is good. I'll see you soon.